What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog, and today I'm gonna explore West New York and New Jersey. It's a town in Hudson County, right across the Hudson River from Manhattan, and it was incorporated as a town in 1898. And back then used to be a heavy population of Italian Americans, German Americans, but then like in the 1960s came a heavy influence of Cubans, becoming one of the towns in the United States with a lot of Cubans, and it was called the Hudson in Havana back then. And then the neighborhood has been changing a lot, you know, a lot of development going on. And then I believe it's like the second most densely populated city in the United States. The city is roughly a little bit over 1 square mile, but it has 52,000 residents, you know. So we're gonna walk around here, explore the town, you know, explore the main street, see what's happening around, and see what the town has to offer. So join me. The first thing is I got off the light rail here in Bergenline, and I'm literally like in the borderline of Union City, where in West New York. I think this side is Union City, then West New York is like a block down this way, but we're gonna make it a Bergenline Avenue, which is a main avenue that goes from Union City all the way to North Bergen. And there's a lot of business, a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops down there, you know, like the main street of all this area over here in Hudson County. So let's walk around and see what can we find. So far this is part of Bergenline Avenue, and as you can see, it's really busy. And then another thing that you're gonna find here in Hudson County are these little vans over here. They could get you around, you know, the county. And some of these vans, they might take you to the city too, New York City, for a low price. But yeah, a lot of activity going on over here. You know you're in Jersey when you see the Jersey Transit buses. A lot of business. I heard in the summertime it gets like really packed, you know. And then also another thing I forgot to mention, this is one of the towns in the United States that has a heavy Hispanic population. So I believe like 70–80% of the people who live here are Hispanic, and Spanish is like the first language spoken around this town. But yeah, so far you got restaurants over here. So far I'm loving it, you know. Beautiful town, West New York. It's crazy that I don't live too far from here, but I think I only drove one time around here, but this is actually like my first time that I explore around here. So now I'm walking the other side, and you can see it continues, you know, it's just literally business. And I'm not sure, this might be one of the busiest streets in New Jersey, Bergenline, compared to other streets I've been around in the state. Like, it's so close to the city, but you know. Also the nightlife scene here, I think it's pretty good too. They got like a couple of lounges around here with nice food and stuff, you know, mostly Latin, if you're into that. So, because I heard a lot of people, they come around here for that, you know. But so far I'm loving what I've seen here in Bergenline Avenue, and I still haven't made it to regular streets and to East Boulevard. That's going to be pretty impressive, and like a different vibe around here. And like I said, it keeps going. Here's the Latin supermarket. A lady selling churros. In the neighborhood that I live, they sell that too. Good stuff. But yeah, churros are really good. Then the neighborhood, you know, it keeps going further. So literally you don't need a car around here, and you don't need to drive far to a supermarket, because this street literally has it all, you know. Got shops over here for dresses. There's a restaurant over here, I believe it's Colombian. And I can smell the food around here too, so it's making me a little hungry. So yeah. And if you live here, it's pretty helpful if you speak Spanish, because like I say, 70–80% of the neighborhood is Hispanic. So I made a little tiny detour over here, one of the streets, so you can give an idea of what the streets looks like over here. Kind of resembles a little bit of the streets in Brooklyn, like around Crown Heights. And over there you can see a high-rise building. I believe that's like East Boulevard, and that's where they develop all the tall buildings. And I was reading that might be also another reason why the population density is really high here in this small town, because the buildings that they're building over there. And if you go over there, it's going to be the Hudson River and a nice view of Manhattan, pretty much like the one you see in Weehawken, because this town is also surrounded by the Palisades that goes all over this area in Jersey. So yeah, but we're going to keep exploring a little bit more to see what else can we find. And then like many neighborhoods in North Jersey and New York City, once you get off the main street, it's just pretty quiet residential area like this one. Like I said, some of the streets that I've been, I remember I drove past, are like literally tight. This one's not too bad, but yeah, you get like an idea what it looks like. Then JFK Boulevard is over there, and then once you get to JFK Boulevard, and the other side is another town called North Bergen. That's another thing about New Jersey, that you're in another town without knowing it. Like sometimes the streets, they divide one side of the town to another one. So I figure it makes it pretty interesting. Then I guess this is like a parking lot. I guess you can, you know, if you have a car, you can park around here. Not much happening over here, but you get an idea what the city looks like. And crazy to say that I don't live too far, maybe like 20 minutes from here, but I feel, I don't know, like a tourist or like a foreigner in my own state. Not too far from here, but that's the beauty about this area over here, that you go to one town or a different town and it's like a different vibe, you know. So even if you can afford to go farther, it's always good to explore around your backyard to see what's going on and learn about new things about life. And then here to my right hand, they got a stadium. Not sure if it's about baseball or soccer, and then there's like a little small local park over here. Not much happening, but you know, it's always good to have recreational parks in neighborhoods and towns, so that way people, you know, they can balance their lifestyle. Then as I'm walking towards this side of the park, I noticed this section here is a little bit more developed. I'm only like 2 blocks from John F. Kennedy Boulevard, which goes all the way to Bayonne. But then not sure if it's all like new apartments they been building or how long has it been here. And there's like another high-rise building. And they got like their own parking spots too, you know. Pretty convenient for cities like this, which is really hard to find a parking spot. But I'm gonna walk forward. So here you can see the design of this building. And it looks a little bit like those apartment complexes in Harrison, New Jersey, right by the Red Bull Arena. Not sure if it's the same architect that designed it. You can see they have their parking in the first floor. Then a nice quiet street over here. But yeah, like, it's always good to explore around and not just look at a few blocks of a neighborhood, just walk most of the areas so you can get a feel and an idea of what a neighborhood looks like. So now one more block ahead of me is John F. Kennedy Boulevard, and like I say, this is West New York. But then on the other side of the street of John F. Kennedy is actually North Bergen, which is another town in New Jersey. Like I say, a lot of towns in Jersey, they're divided by streets, or even some houses, part of it is in one side of the town and another one is in another side of the town. So that's something that pretty strange but unique at the same time. This is it here, John F. Kennedy, then where you see those houses, North Bergen, another township. So not much going on over here, you know. It's another main street. I'm just trying to give you a view, you know, of what West New York looks like. And I'm saving the best part for last. But so far it's a really nice town, you know. It's a really nice town, you know. The rent here is not, you know, it's affordable, not cheap, but it's a decent price to live close to the city. And commute to New York City is not bad either. Based on, you know I got 2 friends that live in this town. They say it's amazing here, nice and quiet, you know. The crime is pretty low, and they live really close to the city, and they love it here so far. And now I'm walking in 61st Street, and I believe like maybe 6 or 7 more blocks, like if you go to 67th Street, it's like North Bergen. So North Bergen is pretty strange in map, because like it literally surrounds this town in Union City, and it goes with the Highway 1 and 9, but then it ends up going that side, you know. It's like a little strange if you look at the map of North Bergen, but pretty interesting at the same time. And to my curiosity, for a town that has a high population density, look how quiet it is. And then it goes down the hill, giving you a 360 view. But so far so cool. But now I'm gonna try to make it back to Bergenline and make it to the Hudson River area to see how the vibes in the town change. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. Well, here you can see how little by little they're developing the neighborhood. There's some new apartments. I believe this is new too. So like I believe, you know, the neighborhood little by little is changing, and I think it gets a little bit more pricier the more I go over that way after I cross Park Avenue and I go to East Boulevard. But then you can still see like the old looking apartment complex mixed with the new ones, and it has a parking in the bottom, so that's pretty convenient. So now I'm getting really close to the waterfront, and I can start seeing how the neighborhood little by little is starting to change. I see a couple of high-rise buildings. Then yeah, I see how the houses, they start turning a little bit nicer in this side. You know, look, it gives you a little white like if you're in Weehawken, but yeah, they start buildings over here, and then there's a high-rise building over there, you know. So they built the condos right there by the boulevard. Yeah, the sunset will fall down maybe like in 40 minutes. But yeah, this here, really nice street. Yeah, if I come to this town, if I ever move, I think I would like to live like around this side of the town. Then you got a beautiful architecture right here, pretty nice. There's also some nice houses, and I think the real estate might be higher because they're like right next to New York City. And I already start seeing New York right in front of me. And then I say, this is a different vibe from the other side of the town. All these beautiful houses, but then look what you got in my background. Ta-da! Amazing views of New York City and the Hudson River. I catch her in a good time, you know. World Trade Center's down there. Got the Hudson Yards. All of this over here. Bergen as well, so it's crazy how the vibes change from one side of the town to another one. Then they got like a tennis court over there. So I wonder how you can get down there, but yeah. Believe it or not, this is West New York, and you get this amazing views of the city. And then a peaceful, nice park over here. So yeah, like I said, like a different vibe over here from the other side. And then another thing that's really convenient is that you can catch the buses over here on this side, and it takes you all the way to the main city, to New York City. Dang, I heard in the 4th of July this gets busy because a lot of people that come here to get the fireworks. So I understand that must be like really impressive, you know, to have the view of the city right there with all the fireworks. So I'm gonna walk a little forward up to like 48th Street, which is literally like the borderline of West New York with Union City, and see what else view we can catch over here. I think the more I go over that side, the better the view gets. There's like another condo they're developing for rent. I wonder how much the rent is here, but it's like loft apartments. Then they got more apartments here. What I like about it is that they got like private parking, so it makes it pretty easier. So I just got to find out how much the price is. But yeah, I gotta start exploring more of this area of Hudson County because it's not too far from me. I'm always around New York City, but there's also like things to explore around this side of the town, you know. And they just keep going here. This is Boulevard East, like I say. You can see the houses, how they keep going. I like how the street, they put it like red with cobblestones. They got a lot of nice houses over there. Then they got some high-rise buildings. And like I say, this is like one of the reasons they be developing in the last years, all these high-rise buildings. And it makes it to be like a really highly densely populated city in the United States, despite it being a little bit more than a square mile. But it has over 50,000 residents. And over here I'm walking around another park by the waterfront. Really beautiful, the statue, and then it has a nice playground over here. You know, people come out, they play, and you see beautiful residential apartment buildings. I guess a place I could consider living around here. But yeah. And this one has even a better view of Midtown Manhattan. So you can see the Hudson Yards ahead of me. Empire State Building, Billionaires Road, and the Upper West Side is over here. I'm really close to the city, you know. And this is like an Instagram haven over here to get some good pictures of New York City with the Hudson River. And I believe in the nighttime it's even nicer when you walk around here. So, and then over there you got the World Trade Center and Jersey City is over that side. So amazing. Over here you can see the sample of the high-rise building. There's also some really tall buildings. I bet that the people that live all the way in the top there, it must be like an amazing view, you know. Can't beat that of the city. But yeah, and the sunset over here must be one of the best around. So it's funny how a city of a square mile, it's like two cities in one, like really different one side from the other side over here. But amazing. And then you got this plaza over here. You know, I love the mixture of recreational here with the quality of life of the city. I was ending my video exploring West New York in New Jersey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys give a chance and explore this area across the Hudson River. So stay tuned for more videos. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.